Shalom, 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 man. Shalom to all my Yashvalites, across the four corners, man. And, peace to all those, man, all the Gentiles, man. And blessings to all nations of people, man. I just give all glory and thanks to the Most High. For it's Him who stretched forth the heavens alone and the earth, man, who created all things. For He is the Elohim of all flesh. Is anything too hard for Him? The Most High God of Israel, man. And yeah, I'm just coming here, man, because the Most High definitely, once again, put on me another thing to really talk about today. And what I'm going to start is, I don't know where to start, but basically the topic today will just be about, false teachers, false prophet, these women and men that take an oath, man, that's under some form of agreement, contract, whatever. And yeah, this is basically what the Most High wanted me to talk about. So here I am. So I'm gonna start off and mainly the topic though is gonna be about these women, these undercover women that definitely take oaths and is on a contract to set people up and do things in the name of the God they serve, which is mammon, money, and all, and want to turn around and run to the Christian church and oh, Jesus forgive me for all my sins, I'm forgave, bullshit. So and for the men too who participate. So here we is. I wrote down a few things right here in regards to that. So Leviticus, I'm gonna start from Leviticus 21. Leviticus 21. This is Leviticus 21, verse 7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto his God. This is verse 8. Thou shalt sanctify him, therefore, for he offered the bread of thy God. He shall be holy unto thee, for I, the Lord, which sanctify you, am holy. Verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire. Okay. So that's Leviticus 21. I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 13. Deuteronomy 13. Oh, let me see what today. Today is the 3rd of July. What time it is? 2:03, 3rd of July, 2019. So yeah, I'm just gonna read the whole Deuteronomy 13. And Deuteronomy 13 say, if there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, verse 2, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Verse 3, thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord your God proveth you to know whether you love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Meaning that verse 3 saying that the Most High is testing you, He will allow that for you to be tested. And if y'all remember that thing, I forgot what book it was in, but remember when it was this man of God that the Most High used in the temple, and he turned this man's hand into arm into like ashes or something, and the man wanted his arm back fixed, and the dude fixed his arm back, and the Most High told that man of God to walk straight to, I think it was straight to the house, and don't stop nowhere else. And he ended up stopping somewhere, and he ended up meeting this other dude who said, I'm a prophet. The Lord spec of these things and this and that. And he sat down and ate bread. He ate bread in the man's house. And the Most High already told the man of God to just go straight home. But he stopped by the man of God house because the man said he's a prophet. And then that wicked prophet told him, like, yeah, basically this was basically something like a test, and he failed or somewhat sort, and basically he was judged right there. And I think a lion killed him or something. He left the when he left the house. Yeah, I forgot what book that was in, but I remember that though. This is Deuteronomy 13, verse 4. Ye shall walk after the Lord your God, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and you shall serve him, and cleave unto him. Verse 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which the Lord thy God commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. Verse 6. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of the bosom, or thy friend, which is at thy own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, Let us go and serve other gods which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers. Verse 7. Namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, which is the fake ass Christ crucified, which is really Nimrod in disguise. It really is. He the God of the nations, man. Y'all need to read 1 Chronicles 16, man. Namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. Verse 8. Thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hear, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thy eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. Verse 9. But thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. Verse 10. And thou shalt stone him with stones, that he die, because he has sought to thrust thee away from the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Verse 11. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. Verse 12. If thou shalt hear, say in one of thy cities, which the Lord thy God hath given thee to dwell there, saying. Verse 13. Certain men, the children of Belial, are gone out from among you, and have withdrawn the inhabitants of their city, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which ye have not known. Verse 14. Then shalt thou inquire and make of such, and ask diligently, and behold, if the truth in the thing certain that such abominations is wrought amongst you. Forgive me. Verse 15. Thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is therein, and the cattle thereof with the edge of the sword. Verse 16. And thou shalt gather all the spoil of it into the midst of the street thereof, and shalt burn with fire the city and all the spoil thereof. Every whit for the Lord thy God, and it shall be a heap forever, it shall not be built again. Verse 17. And there shall cleave not of the cursed thing to thy hand, that the Lord may turn from the fierceness of his anger, and shew thee mercy, and have compassion upon thee, and multiply thee as he hath sworn unto thy fathers. Get rid of y'all crucifixes, all y'all rosary beads, anything, man. Babylonian that don't agree to the Most High, man, laws, statutes, commandments, that's contrary, get rid of it, man. Verse 18. When thou shalt hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep all his commandments, which I command you this day, to do that is which is right in the eyes of the Lord thy God. So that's Deuteronomy 13. 13. Now I'm going to go to Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6. All right, Proverbs 6, this is verse 23. Verse 23, Proverbs 6, and down. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. Reproof of instructions, being corrected when you're wrong, is a way of life. Verse 24, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Verse 25, lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Verse 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burnt? Verse 28. Can one go up upon hot coals, and his feet not be burnt? Verse 29. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. Verse 30. Men, do not despise a thief, if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. Verse 31. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. Verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroy his own soul. Verse 33. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Verse 35. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. So that's Proverbs 6 out of the way. All right. Now we're going to go to Ezekiel 13. Ezekiel 13, y'all. We're finna go to Ezekiel 13. All right, this right here, this is Ezekiel 13, which is like a Deuteronomy 13 to talk about false prophets and false teachers. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to read the whole chapter, and I'm going to stop at a certain point because this is also, it's going to talk about, these women that take an oath unto, the pyramid of deception, citizen courts, gang stalkers, that they know what they're doing. And this Ezekiel explained it. So this beginning part is going to be about, your pastors, your deacons, and even the people that's a part of these camps that's willingly preaching a false doctrine, and that's, being a false witness, because we all know what Proverbs 6, verse 16 through 19 say about, the Most High hating false witnesses. All right. So y'all best believe, man, y'all be aware of what y'all telling people and what y'all putting out on y'all social medias, because it's very important. And watch how y'all live your life, because you don't have to preach to, be a false witness. You can live your life in a falsely manner, and children witnessing that, and other people witnessing that. And based upon how you live your life, they're going to shape and mold themselves into doing what you're doing. Make sure y'all teach them right, man. So, okay, here's Ezekiel 13. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, this is verse 2. Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Lord. Verse 3. Thus saith the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit, and have seen nothing. Verse 4. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert. Verse 5. Ye have not gone up into the Gaspis, neither made the hedge of the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord. Verse 6. They have seen, like most, this distraction coming in. Verse 6. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, the Lord saith, and the Lord hath not sent them, and they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. Verse 7. Have ye not seen a vain vision? And have ye not spoken a lying divination? Whereas ye say, the Lord saith, abide, I have not spoken. Verse 8. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies. And we all know vanity is self-righteousness. Flesh, which is 666, that's what all vanity amount up to. These people follow their flesh and do things in the name of vanity to get, benefited and all these things. Vanity is self-righteousness. They're doing it to glorify themselves. to basically be seen in a light, in a pure good light amongst men. All is vanity, man. All right. So verse 8 one more time. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, said the Lord thy God. And speaking vanity is basically being a soothsayer, speaking to where it will, soothe the ears of people, basically telling them anything to make them come back to your congregation, to make them come back to you, to get a fan base or a following. It's being deceptive. That's witchcraft. You deceiving. Here go verse 9. And my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord God. Verse 10. Because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there is no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others doubted with a tempered mortar. Verse 11. Say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and stormy winds shall rent it. Verse 12. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the doubt? Where is the daubing wherewith ye have doubted? Or where is the doubting and daubing wherewith ye have doubted it? Verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will even rent it with a stormy wind in my fury, and there shall be an overflowing shower in my anger, and great hailstones in my fury to consume it. So we all know that what the Most High going to do, He going to do a hailstone, because He says in 13, He said this all through the Word, bro. He said this in 13, He says in Deuteronomy 32, He says this in Psalms 11. The wicked will get hailstones rain upon them, bro. Hailstones, nigga. So y'all be on beat, bro. Verse 14. Ezekiel 13, verse 14. So will I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered. And it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Verse 15. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall, and upon them that have doubted it with untempered mortar, and will say unto you, the wall is no more, neither they that doubted it. Daubed, the booted. It's really Daubed. The bed. I don't know. Doubted the bed. I don't know. To wit, the prophets of Israel, which prophesy concerning, this is verse 16. To wit, the prophets of Israel, which prophesy concerning Jerusalem, and which see visions of peace for her, and there is no peace, saith the Lord God. Now, okay, verse 17 and down, verse 17 up to 23 of Ezekiel 13. This is talking about the gang stalking women. These women that take oaths and that's under contract to basically set our young brothers up, in all type of predicaments, to get them killed, bound up by trolls, shot up, or bring any type of folly or calamity to their life. Because they take an oath, man, and to do so, man. Based upon what this say on 18, all for benefits. All for benefit. Based on what Ezekiel 13 say about this from 17 to 23. Y'all read yourselves, man. Okay. Here go verse 17 through 23. Ezekiel 13. Likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy thou against them. Verse 18. And say, thus saith the Lord God, woe to the woman that sew pillows to all armholes, and make kerchiefs upon the head of every stature to hunt souls. Will ye hunt the souls of my people? And will ye save the souls alive that come unto you? Verse 19. And will ye pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley and for pieces of bread? Bribery. to slay the souls that should not die, and to save the souls alive that should not live, by your lying to my people that hear your lies. Verse 20. Wherefore thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against your pillows, wherewith ye there hunt the souls to make them fly, and I will tear them from among your arms, and will I let the souls go, even the souls that ye hunt to make them fly. Verse 21. Your kerchiefs also will I tear, and deliver my people out of your hand, and ye shall be no more in your hand to be hunted, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Verse 22. Because with lies ye have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked way, by promising him life. Verse 23. Therefore ye shall see no more vanity, nor divine divinations, for I will deliver my people out of your hand, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And we all know Ecclesiastes chapter 7 back this up. When it talks about, I see more bitter than death the woman, by the by the favor, by the mercy of the Most High, you release from her bands. Yeah. So now I'm about to go to Ecclesiastes 7 for y'all. Ecclesiastes 7. Ecclesiastes 7, Ecclesiastes 7, Ecclesiastes 7. Which is after Proverbs for y'all. You know what? I'm about to just read a few things that I did highlight in here. You know what? I'm about to just read the part I'm supposed to read for y'all. I'm going to read verse 25 and verse 26 of Ecclesiastes 7. Verse 25. I applied my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. Verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands, whoso pleases God, who the Most High is with, who pleases God shall escape from her. But the sinner, the wicked man, who do what the fuck they want to do, who follow vanity, but the sinner shall be taken by her. And that's Ecclesiastes 26 that I just read. And this is chapter 7, verse 19 of Ecclesiastes. Wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. Verse 20. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Alright. Okay. Verse 12, chapter 7, Ecclesiastes. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Verse 10, chapter 7, verse 10, Ecclesiastes. Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this. Verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger reset in the bosom of fools. Verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Verse 7. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. Verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth, which is laughter. verse 13, chapter 4, Ecclesiastes 4, verse 13. Better is poor and wise child than an old and foolish king who will no more be admonished. Chapter 6, Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 2. A man to whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that he desire. Yet God giveth him no power to eat thereof, but a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease. Vanity. Okay. And right here, man, this right here, this is Ecclesiastes 11. This for y'all old people out there, man. Y'all people in y'all 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever. This for y'all old folks out there, dog. This is Ecclesiastes. For y'all old men and y'all old women that wanna, you know, I guess relive your youth, try to do the shit that young folks do. I need to sit y'all ass down at the crib, at the house bed, and be mature, nigga. Alright, this is verse 9. This is Ecclesiastes 11, verse 9. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thy heart, and in all the sight of thy eyes. But know thou that for all these things God will bring thee into judgment. Verse 10. Verse 10. Therefore, remove sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity. Childhood and youth are vanity, man. Put away evil from thy flesh. Childhood and youth are vanity, and that's verse 10 of Ecclesiastes chapter 11. All right, and I'm going to read Ecclesiastes 12, verse 12 through 14. And further by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Verse 14. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. All right. So now I'm gonna go to. Well, I think that's about it, man. Ecclesiastes, Leviticus, Ezekiel, Proverbs. That's about it. So man, just right here, man, just to help some people out there, bro, because the word already telling you, bro, these motherfuckers take oaths and they get benefits, man, to set you up, man. So if this can save a young brother out there, a young sister out there, man, just know, man, the people that's watching you, they've been watching you for a long time, and they know your likes and your dislikes. They monitor everything you do. So most definitely, it's not a coincidence that a woman you may know, or a woman that's beautiful, may pop up, may just be around you, hover around you. For my women out there, it's not a coincidence that a man that's, you know, to your liking may pop up at various places, or any certain sorts of things. And certain things are according to a pro, and their job is definitely to infiltrate and to destroy from the inside out, and to, you know, make you adjust to their image, to their ways, so that, you know, because best believe, when you're not following the Most High commandments, bro, his wrath is upon you, okay? So that's why all my women and my men out there, y'all may feel insecure, may feel shame, guilt, pain, unloved, lack of peace, always irritated, angry, you know what I'm saying? This is because the Most High anger is amongst you, because the Most High Spirit don't bring about these things. The only one you should fear on this earth is the Most High. So if any fear that's not from the Most High, that's on this earth that you fear of, that's the enemy, man. Because the enemy loves to invoke fear, loves to invoke panic, because that's another form of control, man. So y'all most definitely, man, seek the Most High with all y'all got, man, and most definitely. Matter of fact, since I still got a little bit more time on here, I'm gonna read some more of Ecclesiastes, because it's just a beautiful book, man. And I just thank the Most High for just more time on this phone, man. So I'm gonna read a little bit more Ecclesiastes. Y'all. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 4. And again, I consider all travail and every right work, that for this is a man envy of his neighbor. This is also vanity and vexation of the spirit. Alright, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 24 through verse 26. Here's verse 24. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw that it was from the hand of God, which is something I love to do, which is the Most High works, and he definitely supplied me with everything I need. I don't have a dollar to my name, and I'm preaching the Most High word and putting it all on camera, which is what he made me do, because I ain't no camera type of nigga. You feel me? I don't like put my face on no camera, dog. But he made me do this, made me make a YouTube channel, all for him to get the glory. So I put my feelings aside, and I did what's, the Most High will, because, I gave him authority over my life, and I owe him everything, bro. He did so much for me, bro, and I don't have a dollar to my name, I don't have a job, and he's sustaining me in a major way, and he's using my enemies to bless me. To believe that, because everything I got was a gift unto me by my enemies. And all of it's benefiting me. Believe that, man. This is verse 25, Ecclesiastes chapter 2. For who can eat of who else can hasten hereunto more than I? This is verse 26. For God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. Verse 26. For God, the creator of heaven and earth, God of Israel, for God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before God. This also is vanity and vexation of the spirit. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 14. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceive also that one event happening to them all. Verse 15. Then said I in my heart, as it happened to the fool, so it happened even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart that this is also his vanity. Verse 17. Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of the spirit. Here's Ecclesiastes chapter 1, 17 through 18. And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is vexation of the spirit. Verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. So make sure y'all know, man, when y'all trying to know things, man, it come with things, bro. Like I said, I had a tough ass life, and it took a lot for me to get here, bro. And let's give all thanks to the Most High, because all was a humbling process, and all was to, chip pride off of me, chip arrogance off of me, chip all type of shit off of me, man. So I just, sat still and humbled myself, and gave ear to understanding. I just sat still and let the Most High show me what he showed me, man. And it was just such a great thing. And I encourage y'all to do the same thing, man, because the Most High is perfect and great in everything he do. He doesn't make mistakes. No matter how much the devil in this toxic ass environment try to make it seem like the God of Israel make mistakes, he doesn't make mistakes. His way is perfect. And when y'all humble yourselves and really push away all toxins of this life, and really fast, because fasting release strongholds. But once y'all fast, man, and just sit still, man, and just let the Most High work amongst you, bro, you definitely will have mercy upon you. He'll definitely show you a few things, man. This is, a testimony of my life, man, that it's nothing but true. It's true. Most High definitely, with an urgency, made me do this again. Come before this camera and speak on this. All these things. So I don't know who this for, but man, I pray that whoever have an ear to hear can get this message, man, and hold on to it, because it's for you. So all glory to the Most High, man. Shalom, shalom to my Yahshualites out there, man. Peace, peace to the Gentiles out there, bro. And blessings to all nations of people, man. Blessings to y'all household, man. Blessings to y'all ears. Blessed be that see this. Man, blessed the eyes, man, that can witness, man, the Most High works and doings. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't accept a little, you can't accept a lot. So don't expect the Most High to drop the moon for your ass, okay? You need to sit there, humble yourself, and the Most High will work in the most simplest ways, man. He works in simple ways, bro. And those that know his voice, those that, catch hold to his patterns and how he worked amongst them, will definitely hear when he's talking to them, and definitely will, grasp the concepts that the Most High want them to grasp, man. So, man, most definitely, man, y'all don't need a huge sign, man, to turn from y'all wickedness, bro. The hour is here, bro. It ain't no more time left. The hour is here, bro. And most definitely, y'all need to set your heart, because he's extending his hand, bro. But just know, the more that the Most High extending his hand, the more that we're being tested. So make sure every second, man, y'all set your heart and y'all mind, man, to seek out the Most High will, man, because he definitely got works for us. And I love y'all, bro. And, man, peace to all, man. I'm out, dog.